welcome to Movies We Dig, the podcast about film, antiquity, and everything in between. I'm Colin McCormick.
I'm Elijah Fleming.
And I'm Christy Vogler.
And today we are streaming Age of Empires 2 Chronicles, trying a new medium, a new format, a new everything, as we're sort of expanding our horizons. But we're pretty excited because, we got a sort of pretty... we got an opportunity, basically, kind of came across our plate that felt we had to jump on.
Yeah. I can talk a little bit more about that. So we got an email from, I think it's Ben Angell, who's the narrative lead at CaptureAge, and they're the creators of Chronicles series of DLCs for Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, because apparently there's not a lot of sequels to this game series, but there's a few different editions of it.
I own like 3 different versions of this game.
Yeah, it's kind of what I gathered. As opposed to, I played Heroes of Might and Magic 4, and I think there's been a lot of them since then. So, he reached out to us, knew about our podcast, knew that we did games sometimes, and we've been meaning to try more live streams. So we're like, all right, Colin, let's see if you can do.
Well, I got really jazzed because I have been playing this particular game, Age of Empires 2, I think since the first expansion for it, which was right around like 1999. This game is it's over 25 years old. I'm kind of failing at math, but has been actively, it gets updates, new expansions, they add new features, new factions, they're always kind of tweaking the game, updating the graphics, adding new maps, things like that. And it's been kind of really exciting because I don't know very many other games that have had this long sort of ongoing legacy.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we were chatting earlier, and it's the other games that I was familiar with that more my dad played a lot of on his old Mac. It wasn't even a Mac. It was a Windows 95. I remember the dial-up modem days of Windows 95 and Red Alert, and StarCraft, I think were the big ones. And then the other game that I play, but I know it's slightly different from this, is Civ. I love Civilization.
Yeah.
I like to culture people into submission.
I play Civ 6 whenever I'm editing our episodes, so I have it on the background, so I can listening to our audio recording and then popping over and making the edits. But to keep myself occupied, I'm also usually playing a Civ 6 game on the side. Which
I cannot edit that. How do you do that?
It actually helps me go faster. It kind of keeps me.
That's fair.
It helps me stay focused on the important stuff, so I don't get bogged down by minutia. But also just keeps it helps the time go by. But I definitely couldn't do that for one of these games. So this game broadly, I was talking to Eli and Krista before, just how the style of game works. There's kind of a couple ways to play it. There's your generic, either play against a computer or play against people online, where you just start with a couple of units and a couple of buildings and you try and build up an economy and an army and go conquer the other person's area. But today we're going to do the grand campaign, where the game will also give you historical situations, and you follow through usually a historical character or an event or series, and play different situations that it will set up for you. And we're going to do that for the new DLC featuring Alexander the Great.
Yeah, I'm curious. Do you think they're gonna start with Heronia, the Battle of Heronia against
So I haven't played any of these campaigns. What I know is in the Chronicles DC that came out sort of prior to this, Battle for Greece, this one over here, they had civilizations for Athens, Sparta, the Achaemenids, and someone else I'm forgetting. And then with the
Thebans?
Maybe. For the Alexander expansion, they added Macedon, the Peru, which kind of represents the Indian armies, and the Thracians. So I suspect we're going to start with the youth of Alexander, when he's Philip Lieutenant. If I had
because he's really famously in the battle, I think it's at Heronia, that's they wipe out the sacred band of Thebes. Is that the hardcore guy lover fighters that were kind of big after Sparta fell out of power. And I listened to a lecture about someone who's done some osteological work there and seen some of the bones from that battle. And like, there's one guy whose entire face was sliced off, and you can see that in the skull. And it's like, whoa, okay. And that was kind of young Alexander's first big victory. So like, if I was gonna pick a battle for him to start, I feel like it would be that one.
Let's see. All right, so here we are with the campaign. Number 1, a lesson in warfare. Philip of Macedon marches against the Black Sea Scythians. At his side, a precocious talent, his son Alexander. So here I am, Macedonians. I'm going to play it on standard. I have to preface, even though I've played this game for a very long time, I'm historically bad at it. I am ill-suited to this. You'll see in a second what I mean, but I am not well-suited to this style of gameplay, so I have to play on the easiest to next easiest difficulty, otherwise even the computer points my butt.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not one to judge. I'm afraid of the new Pokemon game because there's moving mechanics in the battle. I'm like, I don't know if I can manage a camera and fight a Pokemon at the same time.
So here we are, Scythia 399. Let's see what it tells us.
Look like the Black Sea.
Cutscene.
I thought you might return. Now, where were we? I told you about the folly of Aristagoras and the great king's wrath. There was Themistocles, the defense of Greece, and the rise of Athens. Ah yes, Brasidas and Lysander, and the great war that tore Greece apart. My, we really did cover quite a lot. Perhaps this time I'll stick to a single subject.
That'll be easy.
Yeah.
While the Greeks squabbled endlessly, to their north there lay the entirely unremarkable kingdom of Macedon.
Truly.
A poor, rugged land. Its borders beset by belligerent neighbors and driven from within by feuding nobles.
Yeah.
For centuries, the kings of Macedon had done all they could just to hold this fragile fiefdom together. Glorious
where we were going
was out of the question.
Yeah. It's like, ooh, I think I know
All this
place.
changed when Philip took the throne. His was an improbable kingship. The crown only passed to Philip
I like the
after both
artwork.
of his older brothers
this
had
is
their
also very
terms on the
different
throne
from
cut short.
the way the older
One
game
slain
did with
in
like the
battle,
campaigns that are like
and
in
the
the
other
Middle Ages.
by
It's
an
kind of like a
assassin's
pen and
blade.
paper parchment-y style.
Determined
Oh,
not
yeah.
to
Cutscene,
meet
so
the
this
same
is like
fate,
completely new.
Philip immediately
Yeah.
set to reform
Mosaic,
the Macedonian
yeah.
military,
It looks like the
arming
Alexander
his soldiers
mosaic
with pikes
in
as
Pompeii.
long as 4 men laid head to toe. As for
I
those
like this background
troublesome
history
nobles,
lesson because
the
Philip
prospect
of
prize
Macedon
commands in
is a
Philip's new
baller.
army provided a
I have
tempting
learned an
incentive
embarrassing amount
to
of
good
history from this
behavior.
game series, which I try not
When
to
Philip
announce,
marched
given
against
that I have
the
like a
Scythians,
PhD now.
his
But
eyes
like,
set
there are
on
still
yet
things
more
that I
long
like
to
kind of pull
defeat
out
his
of my memory.
growing
And I'm like,
realm.
I learned that in Age of Empires.
There was a new
Yeah,
command
well,
given
and-
Give me
under
2
and-
seconds. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
His
as we know, you're good.
teenage heir,
As we know
Alexander.
that like
A boy
there's
with
actual
little
scholars involved in
experience,
creating these
but
the
tremendous
narratives, so
ambitions.
fair game.
The
Philip was
earliest
about
form
to
of the
give his
game,
son a
admittedly, is like a
first
little goofy
alluring
sometimes with
taste of
Yeah.
glory.
certain aspects of it, but it's as the series has progressed, it's gotten a lot more kind of thoughtful and sort of specific with what it's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a few games that have been better about actually working with historians or archaeologists to create their gameplay, and it shows like how much of a difference you get with that. So, dun, dun, dun.
So, it's gonna
So
start us
call it.
off. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Do we want to? If we wait for Lodge, I'm just curious. Like, when do you remember first learning about Alexander the Great?
Oh my God, probably from like the History Channel from my. Okay, so who am I? So Philip is these purple guys.
Alexander,
The red is
make yourself useful.
looks like the Scythians.
Protect the baggage.
I like how angry
Nice.
Philip sounds.
Horrible horse with you.
Alexander, you little twerp, get
I am
Get the
the
fuck outta here.
cyan characters. That's me, dog, on the internet. So general interface. So here are my main resources.
Bucephalus.
Here's my population.
Interesting.
Mount
And there's a
Alexander on
Bucephalus.
Bucephalus's horse. All right, where's Alexander?
Hell yeah.
Where is he?
Hell yeah.
Isn't he that little purple guy right there?
Here he is. He's over here. Yep. All right.
Okay.
So there's Alexander. These purple guys are Philip's army. All right, go get on your horse, dude.
If there are noises from my end, you guys
Finally,
let me know.
Persepolis.
They're changing out the locks in our
Chance
doors.
for glory.
Oh, fun.
All right.
So there's some drill
Vigilant,
noise
boy.
happening.
These Scythians are swift as they are devious.
All
If
right.
they didn't all reek of mare's milk, you'd have no clue they were nearby until they slit your throat.
I shall not disappoint you, Father. This camp will not fall.
I like that we have these multi-layer houses.
Excellent. So one of the things about this game is like there's standard buildings, and each civilization kind of has its own style. And like so, there's like in the base game, there's like a Western European and a Southern European and a Middle Eastern and an East Asian, and then as they add it on, there's like Mesoamerican and African and so on and so forth. And so for this expansion, they have new models for classical civilization. So.
Nice.
All right, here's the bake side. So here's my town center. This is usually the center of kind of everything. This is where you train villagers, the guys who gather resources for you. And then there's buildings like these are barracks where I make levies, spearmen, research various technologies. So what do I have right now? I've got 12 spearmen.
Nice.
I've got Alexander.
Classic.
Got some scouts. Got a stable, a blacksmith, some towers.
Yeah,
starting
I'm
town
definitely
sets.
having
are
flashbacks to my
important.
childhood of like red alerts.
Yeah. So here are my objectives, right? My town center has to survive. I have to reach the classical age. The other thing I do in the town center is right here, I can upgrade that advances you to like a new age. So you start off, in the old game it was the Dark Age. In this it's I think the Civic, there's something before it. And so you upgrade, and then when you upgrade to the next sort of age, you unlock new technologies, new units, and things like that. So first things first, I want to get my economy going. So I've got 5 people on wood, 6 people on food, 2 people on gold, nobody on stone, and I've got 6 idle villagers. So these hunters. I'm gonna go 2 more villagers, research the wheelbarrow. That's gonna make my villagers gather food a little faster. I'm gonna send this guy to hunt this boar.
You know,
It's an old classic trick where you get the boar to chase after one guy while the other people shoot the boar. And now they start
Classic, love
gathering
it.
boar
Yes.
food.
because
Okay.
boars are very dangerous in the ancient world. Much if you watched Game of Thrones and the first king gets gored by a boar, it's like that's a real concern.
Absolutely. I'm
So-
sorry. Who wants to get absolutely like gutted by a giant tusk? It's like it's an actually very dangerous creature.
Yeah.
So
If-
the
oh, go ahead,
macro
Colin.
strategy with this game, the people that are really good know exactly what the optimal amount of like people to be putting on each resource, like how to maximize your economy, the order you build things in. I don't know any of that, so I'm just gonna play this a little loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
But first things first, I'm gonna start scouting. So I'm gonna select this guy, set a hotkey for him. I'm gonna send him to auto scout around the map to see what's going on.
I used to
Philip's up
like
here.
click a random corner and be like, go that way.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it.
All right.
Well, I think
What
it's
else?
also interesting to like, I don't know, are we going for maximum efficiency? Like, are we going for capitalism here? Or
When
are
I
we
play
going
these games,
for
always.
visibility?
Um,
I was like, yeah, that tracks. That
I'm gonna-
makes sense, Colin.
I'm gonna probably aim for 15 people on food, probably about the same on wood, 10 or 15 on gold. All right.
Colin, are you one of those micromanagers that plays Stardew Valley as well? Like, what is the correct
Yes, a little
crops
bit.
to be grown?
I was like,
Well,
I'm pretty
So
sure
notice how I
it
just
is.
put down all my farms in a very particular
You-
order. So this is basically the building that they drop off food at, and so I'm trying to
Mhm.
minimize how much distance they have to travel. So all these guys are gonna plant farms. When they collect enough food, they're gonna drop it off at this mill, rinse and repeat. All right. Who's next?
Colin, or I think I asked you, right? Lige, when did you start first learning about Alexander the Great?
Ooh, that's such a fun question. I feel like it's one of those big like pop culture names that you just kind of know from when you're younger and you look at mythology or any kind of history. It's like Alexander the Great pops up.
Yeah.
I remember very solidly learning about what is the siege where
I've lost
he,
track
like,
of my scout.
physically...
I think he got killed.
Oh, no. That sucks. I'm so sorry, Colin. What is the, like, siege where Alexander's army builds a fucking...
Tyre.
Bridge. Tyre.
Tyre, yeah.
That's almost certainly going to be one of the situations for this game.
Oh, 100%. I remember vividly sitting in a history class and, like, seeing on the big PowerPoint presentation of, like, Alexander, you know, building this bridge and what it looks like today. It's like he changed the actual geography of the fucking world. Like, and it's crazy the amount of stuff that this guy did. And I think he's really lauded, you know, as this big character of history, and I agree that it's really interesting. So, you know, we've talked about the Alexander movie before, but and how terrible it is and how much we hate it, but he's such a fascinating character, such a fascinating person to have been, like, must have been incredibly charismatic, must have been incredibly intelligent. And Colin is just like,
I'm getting attacked.
No!
As I'm talking about Alexander.
Sorry. The Scythians are on my ass.
Yep. Hell no.
They're killing some guys. All right, these spearmen are gonna come take care of them. You get inside that.
Yeah, they came from the south. They routed you, man.
Yeah.
I get those horses.
Not the end of the world.
Lige, I used to, like, open some of my classes, I think my history classes, my intro history classes, as, like, an icebreaker. Someone had done a meme of, like, who will win? And, like, the first one is a description of Tyre as an island with impenetrable walls. And then the one is that famous mosaic of, like, Alexander. And it's, like, a guy with a short fuse. And so my icebreaker is like, do you guys, which one do you think wins? And second, do you know what this is a reference to? So, like, I introduced all of my history classes to the Battle of Tyre as, like, the icebreaker for the course.
So fun. Yeah. Well, I think it's also fun to talk about just the impact that Alexander had in antiquity, because I think we think about it very abstractly as, like, all of these people sort of happening in the past, but, like, I don't know, Alexander went to, you know, the place that we call Troy now, and, like, did a big sacrifice because he was obsessed with Homer and Achilles, and he had this, you know, kind of fan fiction obsession, which I love for him. That's great. But, like, Julius Caesar also did that, like, years later, centuries later, or whatever, was like, I'm gonna go to the place where Alexander did this, and he was in the place where he thought Achilles did this, and it's just this weird connection that everybody's making, and it's fun. And, like, you know, in sculpture, the hairstyle that Augustus adopts is, like, supposedly partially coming from an old Alexandrian portrait of where he has the particular type of hair, and, like, Pompey sometimes uses it.
There's a specific name for it. It's like, isn't it like Leo or something, like the lion's mane hairstyle or something?
Something similar to that, but it's like it's a thing. It's like this is such an image even in the ancient world that people are still thinking about. And
Go.
I found where the Scythians were coming from. It's over here.
Get them. Oh, they got huts. I like it. Oh no, they gonna get you.
Yeah, I got it. Sorry, scouts.
Run.
Run, scouts, run!
I'm being attacked by Scythian raiders.
It's going terrible.
It's not good. That's okay.
Oh.
But knowing the location is
part
helpful.
of playing this game is just you kind of gotta, you know, make your peace with acceptable losses. Actually, what I am going to do, though, I'm going to lead them back here. And I've got... So the other way this game works is there's basically like a rock, paper, scissors to the way the units work. So, like, spearmen defeat horsemen, and horsemen defeat archers, and archers defeat horsemen. And there's all sorts of units that kind of complicate and upend that triangle. So right now, my guys are leading these guys into these guys. And they should make short work of them.
Yep. That is what, although that looked like an awful Macedonian phalanx. It broke apart very quickly.
They're getting there. I haven't quite gotten to the part where I can make so the other thing is each civilization has their own like special units and technology. And so for Macedon, it's these guys, the phalangites, which are the big spear dudes. So I haven't gotten to the point where I can start training them. So I'm still
What is it? Is it like 14? I can't remember if it's feet or meters.
It's
like,
huge. It's like a 20-foot spear in real life.
Is this is it a sarissa? Is that?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And they each have their own. So like, for example, these guys, they have very long range, so they can attack from far away, but not up close. They're good against infantry and cavalry. They're weak against range. Okay. So the other strategy is you want to build up like a flexible sort of a range of different kinds of units. So, and the people that are really good at this game, it is really like chess where you like scout and you're like, if your opponent is going for this, you have to counter with this, and you have this maneuver to counter that maneuver, and if they're building X, you build Y, things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember when I first remember like learning or like hearing about Alexander, because you're right, he's just kind of zeitgeisty. You've heard about Hannibal, you've heard of Julius Caesar, you've heard of Alexander the Great. Like there's just some of those guys that you've always heard about. But when I studied abroad as an undergrad, I specifically took a history course on ancient Macedon up through Alexander the Great, which was a lot of fun because I got to learn about like everything that predated Alexander, which never gets talked about as much. And that's also how I learned like how much of a badass Philip II actually was. And my professor for that, I think his name was Karavis, was his last name. He actually took classes from the scholar who they worked with for the movie Alexander, and who like loves Alexander himself. He's the one who, like, in repayment for his services to the film, like all he wanted was to get to ride in a cavalry charge during one of the scenes of the film. And my professor is just like, he was so obsessed with like Alexander, and it's like, and I hate Alexander, I like Philip. So like that's who taught me. And it was really cool because afterwards we took a field trip up to northern Greece, and I got to go to Pella and Vergina and things like that. I got to go to the site supposedly where Aristotle, the grotto that he taught Alexander and his classmates. I was so drunk for that, but it was really fun.
Christy.
We had we had to give
Philip's tomb.
No, I gave piggyback rides instead.
You know, that's a good drunk. That's
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so we all had to do presentations on this field trip.
Naturally.
Yeah. And once we were done, I think I had one of the tombs, the underground tombs at Vergina. Once we were done with that, me and a bunch of the other girls got our Coke and wine, mixed them, and drank them.
Gross.
I hear that is so apparently in Greece we mix red wine with Coke, as in Coca-Cola, and not. It is an interesting flavor. I haven't had it in a very long time at this point, but it worked because then you just had a Coke bottle in the back of the bus and no one realized.
I love that for you.
That's like literally the Always Sunny, where it's like wine in a can. I can gesture
wine
forcefully.
In a can.
Take a sip of seltzer.
Yep.
All right, there we go. Now I've got my special units. Here are my phalanges.
Yeah.
Look at them go.
That.
I need about 500 more of these dudes.
Yeah, you need a couple more. Just to really fill out the ranks a bit there.
I think it was when we were in mid to late grad school is when they were excavating the Amphipolis tomb, which is some of the coolest stuff that has come out in the past few years, I guess. And now it's probably more like a decade old, but in my head it's still very recent.
I know.
But like seeing a lot of that stuff come out, and like people making connections to Alexander's life, and like, is it his tomb? Is it Olympia's tomb? Is it Hephaestion's tomb? Like all of these things that people could point to. I think there's like some sort of It's like the name. It's like an anagram, some sort of like seal that they said they have like Hephaestion's. I don't know what it is. Seal.
Epithet?
No, not even that.
Okay. Yeah, I know that like they've still been experimenting with a lot of the burials because it's thought so Alexander didn't have a true heir, but Roxana, one of his wives, was in fact pregnant when he died and had a son supposedly, and the son and Roxana I think were both killed by one of Alexander's generals. Is it Cassander?
I think it's Cassander. He's the one that kind of goes around and his house.
Yeah, he kind of is the one who kind of takes over Macedon, Greece. Because you have Seleucid. Lucas is in the east, where a lot of like Persia, and then Ptolemy's in Egypt, of course. Colin's got problems, man.
Yeah, it's okay. This is actually seems pretty manageable.
Yeah, they're just trying to take out a tower with arrows. That seems counterintuitive.
Yeah.
And now, if they're fire arrows, like we're shown in film, then sure, why not? It can totally work.
Let's see. You're
running across the fields of like.
Hey, we don't have Roman roads yet. They don't know.
Good work. Good work, gentlemen.
And to be fair, that was kind of a problem with warfare leading up to Alexander's time, right? Is that like it started becoming year-round instead of just a seasonal thing, and a lot of
that's really the thing
crops.
That Philip does for like he kind of creates a professional army for the first time.
Yeah, and it really disrupts.
And it changes, just the.
And also a fun little thing. I don't know if you can hear, but the people in these games actually speak the language of their culture. So like when you click on a villager, he says like Etimos. He's like, I'm ready, and you click and you tell him to do certain things, and he'll say like, he'll be like, I'm ready, I'm gonna go do this, and they do this for all of the languages. So it's a lot of fun if you get used to it. So you can hear him speaking you can hear him speaking Greek. They like kind of say like they usually like say who they are, or like what they're gonna do, or they say things like ready and yes, and, like here I go, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, that is cool.
Oh hell yeah!
All right.
I mean that's kind of an interesting thing to think about. Military, because I mean the Romans definitely do this when they build forts, right? Like as they go forward and conquer and expand more lands, they do build up these giant infrastructures basically to support the military and locals that are supporting them or paying them taxes. But it is so weird to like see battle happening at the same time. It's like we're battling and building.
Yeah, this is like I said. This is why I'm so bad at this game, and people who are actually good are watching me are probably pulling their hair out because they're like, all my resources are kind of in wacky proportions. I don't necessarily have like a good spread. Why am I in one? I only have 9 guys. Oh, I'm out of stone.
That's okay, Colin. What we are doing is we're providing entertaining stories as you play admirably, as far as I'm concerned.
Alright, we're in priestesses.
Yeah, one of my favorite jokes after having watched Alexander the film was just like, here's a man with both daddy and mommy issues, and oh boy did he take it out on the world.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten another Alexander. Like, not that we haven't. We talked a little bit about the Netflix docuseries that came out last year. That was actually pretty cool, and they did have a lot of like dramatic recreations of historical events. So like, if you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. And I'm just flashing.
Oh, sorry, Christy.
No, go ahead. I was just flashing back to Anthony Hopkins as doddering old man once again.
Oh God.
He's really doing. He's putting in the Lord's work for that Puttis and Runners nomination.
Ptolemy, whatever old doddering man you need, you got.
Correct. Yeah. No, I would say I feel like there's a new kind of, well, not new, but there is this insistence on Alexander the Great being this like straight white male that I feel like we see a lot. And the real depiction of him is so much more nuanced, and especially in terms of his relationships with other people.
Hephaestion and others.
Yeah, or just others. And just, sexuality in general in the ancient world is extremely different than I think a lot of folks want it to be. And so we've seen, memes and stuff. It's like, no more woke critical race theory. We're going back to the Greek classics. And I'm like, tell me you haven't read any Greek classics without telling me you haven't read any Greek classics.
Dude,
like,
have you heard of the Alexander romances as well? Like, there is a later genre of literature that is bonkers off the wall.
Amazons, and Alexander travels the world, and he becomes
Alexander goes to space. He goes to the moon. He goes to the bottom of the sea. It's
my personal favorite is Alexander fights the fairy queen and then marries her.
Beautiful, magical. Where's my romantasy about that?
Yeah. Oh God, an Alexander romantasy. I'm sure they exist.
I'm sure it exists. We should hit up Jenny if she's not already.
I know. I was like, Jenny.
Yep. Yeah. So
shout out to history fangirls.
I was gonna go back and look because I know her name's Jen. Jen, who we talked to about Alexander, not this last summer, but the summer before. She was one of the historians that was consulted for the Netflix docuseries, and she got hit with a ton of hate, threats and everything sent to her university because after she'd had she was shown having a speaking part, it flashed to a scene of Alexander making out with Hephaestion, and they all assumed
that, right?
She wasn't even talking about it.
Something else.
And everyone assumed she was the one who was making it woke. And she got the hate for it. And you're like, oh my God. First of all, factual. Second of all, God, it was, I'm glad she talked to us about that experience. It was really cool to get to talk to someone who had a chance to consult on one of these big projects, because I think she talked about how she got pages and pages of questions, in-depth interview questions to then sit down for hours in kind of go back and listen to the episode. It's crazy how she described it, but I think she's more or less in a warehouse that they were recording in, and just it sounded like having to defend your dissertation all over again, except you're not an expert in all of the questions about the thing you're being asked about.
So what's going on now? I'm just.
You're gonna capture that horse. No.
Yeah, no, the horse I can't actually do anything about it. He's
wild. Oh, poor baby.
But I'm gonna get rid of these Scythian raiders, the ones who kind of have been pestering me. So I'm sending. This is my army, such as it is. I've got some spearmen, some pikemen.
You're struggling with the cliff side there.
Some priestesses.
They're fine.
Oh, explain to us why the priestesses are necessary.
So the original unit in the game is a monk or an imam, and so in the original game these are your healers functionally, and so in the expansion these are another one of those units where every civilization kind of has a unique looking priest. So in the main game, whether your faction's Catholic or Orthodox or Muslim or Buddhist or something like that, they have a different sort of shape for the priest, but they're going to be healing. So I always have them kind of accompanying the army, and they heal your guys. So this, so they go around.
Power of prayer shall heal you.
Famously, in the first game, the priest made a sound effect called it went lo 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 lo. And so whenever they did their thing, the other thing that priests can do is they can convert buildings and units. So a priest can turn another guy's unit onto your side. So there's a whole strategy.
I was just gonna ask, do they specify what your priests are? Are these priests of Asclepius?
No, it's just priestess. So they've got that's just what she looks like.
But they're specifically feminine, which I think is
which is not what most healing priests would have been at this time. They would have been priests of Asclepius most likely, and they would have had medical background knowledge to an extent, but they also wouldn't be traveling for the most part. They'd be sticking to their sanctuaries and making money.
Oh,
Can't
hell yeah.
construct forts or siege. Increase the attack. Phalanges are powerful. Alright, the main thing I'm looking for right now, I have no stone, which is what I need to build like towers and walls and things. So I'm gonna like look around the map, see if I can find any of that.
You have to like make a query basically.
Do that.
Yeah, so like these are the resources. So like, see these guys are chopping wood. I can hunt deer and boars for food. I can chop down trees. These are gold mines that I want to mine. So I want to be collecting all these resources, but right now I have no stone and I haven't found any stone yet.
Is there also, I'm assuming like there's a structure that you can build that lets you set up a new base basically?
Yeah, so this is your town center. So you can build more of these, and people who are good at this game are very aggressive. So the other thing that people are when they play this game aggressively is like building buildings as like offensive strategies for like dropping it. There used to be a whole strategy involving one civ where you put one of these town centers where basically the other thing about all the different factions is they all have like minor bonuses. So like this one gathers wood 10% faster, or they train this kind of unit 10% faster, or they have access to certain technologies. So they all kind of have little niches. And the people that really know this game well can like play into those, and like that 20% bonus to chopping down trees kind of becomes very important. But there was a faction at one point where one of their bonuses was their town centers could shoot arrows just a little bit further, and that became like an entire aspect of the strategy where you could put the town centers in such a place where it basically became like a mobile like turret. And then that eventually got taken out of the game because it was kind of they've been massacring my farmers.
They nerfed it.
Oh
God,
the farmers
yeah.
are
No.
important.
Yeah.
Is that on fire, Colin?
Yeah, the mills when they attack the buildings, they kind of catch fire.
They take damage. Yeah, they take damage, and then you have to invest in like a repair.
Rebuilding.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, you have to rebuild if it's completely destroyed, but it takes a while to destroy buildings too.
Oh yeah.
Unless you have an atomic bomb that you drop on them, and then it just.
Well, it doesn't seem like we're gonna have that.
Yeah, not yet. Give it a few millennia.
200 centuries.
So, the colors I see. So you're, Colin. You're mostly the teal color, and then north of you. Okay, Philip's purple, and then what's the red?
These are Atheus, so this I think the Scythian king that Philip just seems to be fighting a non-stop
just non-stop, yeah.
Great. Lovely.
Which is going to be Alexander's move eventually.
Yeah.
He's like, I will be the one on the front lines while Macedonia keeps sending me sources via boat.
The other thing
and then when
have right now are any cavalry.
Cavalry, yeah, you gotta have some forces,
especially with Alexander.
Yeah. So let me create some units for him. The other, I don't think I have, because I don't have any stone. I can't build any castle, which allow me to. I can't maybe build any castle in this. Sometimes in these situations, they kind of take away certain things from you. Like my population is capped at 100. I can't, advance. I can only advance so far down the tech tree, that kind of stuff. And so, in this situation, I don't have access to the companion cavalry, which are like Macedon's other unique unit. But I have these guys, so I'm going to train up some horses.
So the companion cavalry is another entire institution that Philip created. That was meant to like create loyalty amongst his military, right? Like
they were basically like they grew up like they were called the Hittitoi, but they grew up with Alexander. Like they were all like childhood friends. They ate with him. They trained together. They practiced together, and then they fought together in this sort of in this band.
And it's really interesting to think about because it was highly effective under Alexander in that campaign, and then at the same time it just kind of completely falls apart when he dies. The unity, even though it was meant to kind of elevate everyone to a similar status level, it still required a monarch basically to function. Interesting to think about.
Yeah. See, this is a very inefficient wood line. So these guys are like chopping wood all the way over here and bringing it back all the way over there, and they need to be
you're in some sparse forested locations.
We're in Scythia, it seems, somewhere in kind of
That's like by the Black Sea.
Yeah, we're in kind of like maybe Romania or Bulgaria, like somewhere around there.
Yeah.
All right, and the other thing, I want to find these last orange guys, get rid of, because they've been annoying. Because when I'm not paying attention, they send guys and murder all my farmers.
Yeah.
All right, got some cavalry.
Bum, bum, bum. So, Alexander, I'm guessing, functions as like a general that gives a unit bonuses, but you also lose if he dies in a skirmish.
Usually you have to like not let him die, but he's like, you can see he's kind of a lot stronger than the other units, so he's got like twice as many hit points, hits a little harder, all that kind of stuff. Okie dokie. And I also have been ignoring my objectives, namely to bring Alexander to Parmenion and Clytus. I should probably do that.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think he's supposed to be a wing of the cavalry that.
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
Does
Let's
go do
that. Let's go say hi to Parmenion.
Let's do it.
Okay, so Parmenion is one of the generals that was very close to his father, correct? And is he the one that? Doesn't Alexander
I think he's the one that's caught up in the conspiracy.
Ooh. Okay, I have to look this up now.
Yeah, that tracks.
And Clytus is the one he kills. Clytus is the one he kills, and the
Okay, yep, that's right, Clytus, and that's much later.
Yeah, Clytus the Black is the he gets into a heated argument, and Alexander kills him one night, basically at dinner.
Your father says I should put you to use.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Scythian convoy will arrive soon.
Parmenion, nobleman, rose to become Philip's chief military lieutenant. Alexander Strategos was assassinated after his son Philotas was convicted on a charge of treason. But I'm not sure what charge of treason that is, because with Alexander, there's quite a few.
So Parmenion right now wants me to ambush. There should be a convoy that's coming through right over here, so he wants me to set up men and take it out. So I'll go do that.
Okay.
Cut off the supply lines.
Exactly. Hide at least 30 soldiers in the long grass.
Strategos. No, because he didn't die until 330 BC, so he outlived Alexander.
Oh.
Right?
Oh no, it's his son. Yeah, it's his son who is the conspirator.
Yes, his son, Philotas.
Yep. I remember because in the not Ridley Scott, in the Oliver Stone movie, that when they killing him, they're like, no one spoke up for him, but then again, nobody really liked him.
Oh yeah.
Here they come. All right. Let's fuck them up, boys.
Oh shit!
Get him. Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, Parmenion's oldest son, Philotas, was made commander of the companion cavalry. Let's see. And Parmenion became Alexander's second in command. The same position he'd held under Philip. He was a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, assassination. After the conquest of Drangiana, Alexander was informed that Philotas, son of Parmenion, was involved in conspiracy against his life. Philotas was condemned by the army and put to death. Alexander, fearing the consequences if he were to allow the father to live, sent orders to Media for the assassination of Parmenion.
Tough stuff. Tough break.
Yeah.
Right?
It does really show that, like, Alexander definitely was experiencing a lot of paranoia towards the end of his life.
Oh, 100%.
Although, to be fair, people might have been really trying to kill him.
There might have been some real
also that.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
I've half a mind to keep this for myself.
But I think the paranoia comes through in the fact that, like, one of his most trusted military leaders for both his father and himself, just like, just to cover my bases. We'll take him out too.
Oh, I had a choice here. I could have either brought the supply cart to Parmenion or taken it for myself. I'm gonna be dutiful.
Have you ever considered a career as a drone?
Good for you.
Fuck you.
Kill him later.
Being kind of a dick about it.
Yeah, my favorite thing about talking about history is like, spoiler, y'all, they all die. You might not know how yet, but they do.
Father has confined me to watching the baggage.
Spoiler alert. Thank you.
All these people are dead.
Okay.
All these people are dead.
Horses, they ride.
Stomping and snorting in a big pen. Maybe you could cause a little chaos.
Cause a
Alright,
little
Claudius
chaos.
wants me to go
Cause
mess
a
up
little
mess with the Sith
Why?
forces.
Why do they want to make Macedonians Scottish and or Irish,
I was
depending?
just
dudes.
thinking about like how interesting the like choice
Near
of voice
90
actors
years
for
old, this
different
Scythian king.
like variations of history.
Yeah.
That
Like what
His
you
children
choose
wait
to
decades
use.
for their
'Cause
father's
you can't
throne
just do it in ancient
and
Greek
die of
because you
old
can't
age with
understand
him
it.
still.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, in
It is an
the
ill thing for a father
but you
to
can,
outlive
because
his
look
son.
what they did for
Okay,
Assassin's
yes.
Creed Odyssey.
Yes,
It's like
yes.
you can get native Greek speakers who also speak English, and you can get a really authentic accent that
Yes.
way.
No, you're right. You're right.
And it's beautiful. Aspasia. I will never get it. Love it. But
What's
yeah,
that
I wonder
meme
if
where
we'll...
the dog hits the other dog and tells him to go to horny jail.
yeah.
No reason.
Yeah. No reason. No reason.
But
at
I
all.
think a lot of it kind of, I'm sure a lot of it comes from film, as like the Greek gods in particular always have an English accent, because you gotta make a god sound hoity-toity in a film. And so that's why you get like, I'm thinking of Clash of the Titans.
Take out the guard posts.
Oh gosh, you have a few different. Who are some of the actresses in that? Maggie,
Maggie
who played
Or Maggie Smith.
No, who played Maggie Smith? Yeah, because she played McGonagall,
Maggie
right?
Smith.
Dame Maggie, exactly. If they don't got a title in front, it ain't hoity-toity enough.
Laurence Olivier, he's also in that one.
Yeah. And so it doesn't surprise me, like, because you do need to differentiate the Macedonians. That like it was like, oh, okay, let's do Irish/Scottish.
Yeah. I mean, that was their intention in the Alexander movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Go dudes.
That they
Although
Hell
you know what
yeah.
would have
do it.
okay.
Priestesses, get back. Don't be in the front.
I argue the Macedonians, if like some of your groups are English, like English as in England speakers have the English dialect, you should have had the Macedonians be French.
That's a take.
Well, I actually liked that's a take. I liked that it was close enough. It's like they are speaking the same language, right? They're speaking
Yeah.
the same language. They can't understand each other. They just maybe have different dialects of that language, and that's
Yeah.
I think actually much closer to like more
Welsh?
ancient, you know.
Maybe
well,
maybe
The
like
real-based
Welsh
choice
would have
was to
been.
make them like Appalachian.
Yeah. Well, there have
Yes,
been arguments
there's that.
made that like Yankee English is
That
more appropriate for like Shakespeare dialogue.
that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
and I think that's actually a little bit of false grasping at prestige.
That's fair. That is Americans trying to make
What
themselves
grand
feel better
beasts
about
these horses
things.
are. What fierce power
But-
just waiting
Yeah, no,
to
I
be
think there are
unleashed.
obviously
They need only be
accents in
spooked and
ancient
down the valley
Greek,
they
like
will
we can
rush
see that
over
from
the
different
bodies of their
spelling
masters.
differences and dialectical differences between like Attic and whatever else was out there. So there were obviously people who spoke slightly differently. There were accents in
What
the ancient
scares you,
world.
Bucephalus?
And
Besides your
I
own
feel like in
shadow?
some ancient drama, they like make fun
Wild
of
beasts.
some people's
scent
like
of death.
hick accents, and I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Oh,
how to
yeah.
define that, but
I feel like they do in Lysistrata.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's certainly a thing, but it's the same language, right? It's like everybody is speaking Greek, or like in the U.S. now, everybody's speaking English, but it's like the way that you speak English is wrong, or the way that you speak English is hillbilly, or the way that you speak English is pretentious and yank. Like there are all these variations that we could also map onto ancient dialects in a similar
Yeah.
way.
Colin, I'm getting some slight feedback that your mic is a little quiet, so you can probably boost the volume on OBS to
Okay.
make it come out a little more.
Yep. Let me
And if
turn
you-
it up a little
if you-
bit.
Yeah, it's like, and if you need to pause because I know it's getting a little on fire.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry. I've been zoning out of conversation because I'm getting overly distracted by what's going on. But so I've been driving.
Go, horsey, go!
You're
driven
busy.
these horses into a panic so they can run over the Scythians over here.
Hell yeah.
The power of horses.
Good job.
My inner horse girl is so happy now. I feel like Scythians would have known how to handle stampeding horses. I'm just saying.
Oh, look at that. Scythian raiders defeated.
Dun dun dun.
Well done.
Parmenion, Clytus, form up and push. Where should I station my men, father?
Oh, my dad's gonna tell me to take a hike. There it is.
Dad?
No love lost here.
Right. Rude.
Yeah. The whole assassination of Philip, the entire conspiracy behind it, is still so bonkers in my mind. Like, you hear that story and like, surely politics could not be that crazy, and then you live through what we're living through now. You're like, oh, yeah, maybe it can be. Who knew?
Yep.
Okay. Philip must not be defeated. I should probably
Philip
go
will
help.
never be defeated. Not on battlefield.
I should probably go help.
Eh.
There it is. There's Philip. Just training some more units. Okay, they're all set.
I'm trying to decide how I feel about the coloration of the buildings. Because they have color.
Yeah,
It's not...
little paint. Here's my temple.
Yeah. The choice of teal blue. Oh, that makes sense, because that's your color
Yeah,
in
that's
gameplay.
my like. Yeah, so they have
Yep.
parts that are like just whatever the color of the guys you're playing.
Oh, that makes more sense, because I'm being like, that's not really a polychromy color. I'm like, oh no, it makes sense. Okay. So I think that's a smart way of incorporating color and making them not just generic. And they're definitely not white. I like that. They're much more warm colored tones of stones and things like that. So good work there. Ooh, the music's picking up. Like, da-na-na-na. Now something cool's gonna happen.
I think things are popping off over here, but
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get my. I'm also the other thing. My OCD really comes out when I play these games because I'm very insistent. Like I have exactly 60 units in this build up. I have like even numbers of all of my men.
Yeah.
Right, so I've got 23 of these guys and 18 of these guys.
I feel that.
2 more of these guys, 3 more of these guys. All right, I'm hitting the cap.
Good music, I gotta say. It's good.
Right. I think I'm ready. Let's roll out, boys. Don't go that way.
Roll out. That's a cliff.
That's the problem. I realize Philip's not letting me through his gates.
Great. I've been watching some I've been watching some gameplay of the new Pokemon game, Pokemon ZA, and there's like rocks that you can have your Pokemon attack for shards or whatever. And some of my favorite little TikTok videos is like they direct them to like attack a rock that's like up high. So it'll show the Pokemon run up like a set of stairs, do the attack, miss, and then run all the way back to the trainer. And that's kind of what I just felt there of your entire army marching into a cliff. Oh no.
I'm trying to find a way to just get over to the battle because basically the ways over is blocked by these camps and nobody's letting me through.
Philip would do that to you.
Yeah, right. We'll get there.
Yeah. Wait, where does he want your army to go, damn it?
I want to go over here.
Uh-huh.
So you can see my map down here in the corner. So I'm the light blue, I'm the teal, Philip's purple, Parmenion is blue and
Dark
and
blue,
Clytus,
royal blue.
Yeah, and Clytus is gray. So I tried this way. I tried all 3 ways. So I've tried 2 out of the 3 ways. So I'm seeing if I can get through this way. Okie dokie.
Surely the Macedonian army is not this dysfunctional. Is Philip still alive? Or is he kind of been holding the front lines there for a while?
He's over here.
Okay.
Where'd he go? I lost track of him. That ain't good. I'd be really upset if I lost the situation in like the 11th hour, which happens to me all the time when something dumb like that happens.
All right. Apparently, you were supposed to go to Cletus, right?
Thank you. And I'm 100% getting involved.
Oh yeah, obviously.
My army's just kind of moving at a snail's pace.
I mean, so that's kind of the other very interesting thing to think about here, and like that's probably the best aspect of the movie Alexander with the Battle of Gargamella, is that to coordinate some of this large scale fighting without, you know, having an omniscient presence of like where everyone is on the battlefield at any moment is just pure chaos.
Alexander couldn't just fly around the map and see everything happening all at once.
I'm sure he wished he could.
Every general wishes they could, right?
Yeah, because if you think about that, we didn't really have technology like that until probably the use of survey airplanes, and even then that would have been limited.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, like drones. Modern is probably the closest you'd get to this like overhead view.
Like outright, like battles, like in the
I'm
field
looking for the
anymore.
king. Oh, there he is. He's up here.
How do we find the king?
Run away from the battle.
He's up
Ignore
here.
battle.
Ignore
Get
the
king.
battle. Go for king.
Get king.
Which is classic Alexander.
It really
fair
is.
enough.
I like how you missed the opening of the gate.
No, I didn't want to go.
Oh,
with
you're
these
waiting.
Guys. I want to wait for my main infantry to come through, and they're gonna go in first, and then these guys are gonna come around the side.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
So,
no.
isn't the Macedonian phalanx, isn't it usually actually set up to deal with cavalry for the most part?
They, I think, as I understand it, well, like the whole strategy is like if they're like lined up right, they kind of just they create a wall of spears, and then like anyone is gonna have problems.
That's true. Yeah, cavalry and infantry would struggle the most with it.
And Rule is the one probably to ask about this, but as I understand it, like they, when set up right, they kind of are, and also assuming that like the enemy just kind of charges right into their spears, they're kind of unbeatable. But the problem lays in where it's like it's kind of hard to get everybody lined up right.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna tell everybody to ignore everybody else and just go straight for the king.
Kill the king. Just kill the one dude. Which
Stay on target.
is a legitimate thing, because on the battlefield, at this point in time, like the leaders had to distinguish themselves in some manner on the field for like people to take directions from, but that also literally puts a target on you for like these direct attacks.
Boy. Things went well this time.
Philip's chewing me out.
As he should.
Dog that snaps the leash will eventually get put down. Now help
They've gone
load
with a
up
very
the-
aggressive Philip.
Going home.
I appreciate it. You are victorious. Dun, dun, dun.
Right on.
All right. Kind of went overkill on the economy there.
Importance.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see I can look up all the stats, all the things. Probably, someone who was good at this game could probably have just won in half the time. Didn't really need 72 minutes to do that.
Hey, we were chatting. We were having a good time.
We were having fun.
Yeah.
All right.
What is our gimmick, Colin? We're not good at this, so we're gonna talk about weird Alexander facts we know.
Do you have the wherewithal for one more in you, or should we call it there?
I can, Lige.
I'm open.
to you.
Whatever
All right.
you guys feel.
Okay.
Let's let the prince decide.
Okay. You keep playing. I'm gonna step out for a moment, but I'll be back. But you guys can keep going. I'll be right back.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yay.
Oh wait. Okay. I'll wait until after the.
Alexander had certainly enjoyed an upbringing to match his grandiose ambitions. His tutor had been none other than the great philosopher, Aristotle. Aristotle taught him political theory, ethics, rhetoric, music, science, mathematics.
Yep,
but above
here it
all
is.
else, it was
Brazilian.
Homer's Iliad that entranced the young prince. The epic tale of Achilles' wrath. When Alexander was still a boy, a horse trader presented a hot-blooded stallion to Philip's court. It was a magnificent animal, its coat a shining black with a white mark like a star upon its head. None of the fine horsemen of Macedon could tame the beast. Until, that is, the boy Alexander realized that the horse was afraid of its own shadow and turned it towards the sun. Alexander named the steed Bucephalus, and from that day forth the two were bonded like brothers. Now sat
like his
proudly
angry
astride
face.
his mount,
Right?
Alexander accompanied his victorious father on the road home
These looks
to
like some
Macedon,
Thracians.
through the
I was
rocky
gonna say,
territory
look
of the
at their
Triballi.
hats.
It was to prove an eventful journey.
Yeah. I recalling to our earlier conversation when I talked about Alexander Romanticy, he wasn't the romance. I remember reading a young adult novel that was about unicorns, but it posited that Bucephalus was a unicorn, and Alexander was, strangely enough, one of the only men who also would have had to have been a virgin in order to tame Bucephalus the unicorn.
That is so specific.
I know.
So weird.
I was like, wait a minute, I know of Alexander Romanticy.
Master of the plains and of the mountains.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm stepping out for a moment.
All right.
Okay.
I will gut
We'll
you
update
like
you.
a
Philip's
suckling
arguing with the
pig.
king of the Triballi.
Fun,
Very
naturally.
unpleasant man,
do.
Philip. Archers!
Yep, I think good.
Alexander!
Well, yep,
Cavalry
there we
and
go.
kill those
That's
bowmen. Do
just
not let
immediately.
those slathering jackals lay a finger on my loot.
Understood, Dad.
Yeah, right? Who voices these things?
I don't know.
Because that is so much fun.
There we go. Taking care of them nice and quick.
Thigh.
Cool little
There's
cleanup.
a spearhead in it.
Are you still in the same part of the world? Like this
I'm in
is
Thrace
how
somewhere.
Little... Okay, in Thrace somewhere. The little I know about what's going on. Where are we?
Get us out of this gorge. I shall.
Okay, so sometimes they do missions where the you don't have like any economy. You're not like building any buildings or training any units or anything. You start with a set unit of men, and like that's all you get. And so you got to make it work. And this might be one of those kinds of missions where I just have to like work with what I start with.
Yikes.
Alright,
That's
let's
rough.
see. At least one plunder cart must survive. So we're 4 for 4.
We'll have to organize the
At
retreat
least
ourselves.
one. Bored.
Stay with these carts. Let's go.
The way
let's
ahead
go.
is
Oh,
blocked.
there we go.
We shall
Oh,
camp
yeah.
here while we
No.
clear the rocks.
Ow!
Alright.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Seems to
Alright,
be-
got all these people.
Yep. Working just
I'm
fine.
gonna just build this
I'm
building.
back.
Go for it. Okay.
All right, what's our mission? What are we doing?
So we're in Thrace. We have to escort these carts. I'm trying to get as many of them as I can sort of through the map.
Okay.
So I've just
At
got my
least
base
one.
started. I have no resources to do anything with. And building some buildings.
Okay.
The
Let's
Triballi
see.
aren't done with us, I'm sure. They'll sniff
Prince's
us out.
decision.
Hunting
Interesting.
dogs
I'm trying to
chasing a
think of
wounded stag.
what this would allude to
Defend the
exactly.
camp
Alexander, that means you too, lad.
I realized when I stepped out I should have grabbed another drink too.
Should
So one of my favorite fun facts about the movie Alexander is like when they go to Bactria, which is where Roxana is from, like one of his favored partners. Well, I'll just say partners.
Yeah, no, they married.
Yeah,
that was his first marriage, I think.
Yes, I believe so. But like we literally have no actual historical information about Bactria as a like location or a culture or anything. So just about everything about Bactria in the film was made up, including like the music and things like that. And they took other local inspirations for the region, but like we actually have no idea.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Dun, dun. Let's see if this is going to give me any hints. They're restricted to the classical age, popular 145. Your villagers can't just construct buildings. Each time the camp deploys, they can be used to complete the pre-placed foundations. We can drop off resources at the mobile mule carts. Got it. Okay.
Oh, that's kind of a tough mission, actually.
Yeah, so they're going to give some extra parameters for me. So here are these mobile mule carts. I'm going to put one up here by the food.
That's our loot, and I'm not about to let them loot it.
Boo.
What the fuck?
Put one. Is there gold anywhere? Yep, right over here.
I just like watching the big spears whack people.
God, right? It's so funny.
Whack, whack.
Alright, these villagers are going to have to get in the fray.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, because again, as Colin pointed out earlier, like with the development of a professional army, that does differ from the ancient world where a lot of people would have participated to some extent in the military, and your official role in the military was very much dictated by the type of equipment that you could afford. It was not provided for you by the city-state or anything like that, and that's why you have classes like equestrian class is like one of the highest classes, because if you could afford a horse that grazes on what little good land exists in Greece, you're rich. And then if you weren't, you just had a sling and rocks, and you were called a Pelstat, and you just flung your rocks. Sometimes very effectively. Like there, I think there's an account of Spartans being under attack from just a bunch of Pelstats, and they got super pissed off because like they lost to the Pelstats because they couldn't get close enough to them, and they're like, "This is dishonorable. We're fighting poor people," and like poor people who came prepared.
Yeah, it's so interesting to see like the different variations of like what is honorable in warfare, as like, oh no, these people are fighting us, but it's just with a rock and they're poor and they can't afford a sword, therefore it is not worthy.
Yeah.
Run.
Well, I mean that was the big complaint about like in early United States, right? Like the revolutionaries decided to use guerrilla warfare tactics against the British, who wore bright red coats and marched in formation in open fields.
Right? Yeah. No.
And the British complained that you guys are playing dirty.
Well, then even into like World War I, think about different forces who are maybe still wearing bright colors with bayonets, like marching out in formation, and that is just not what it comes down to in World War I. It's very much descends into that trench warfare, which is not field anything, not marching out to whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just so interesting to see the like traditions, but also just like morally correct ways of fighting. It's like sending a giant shell across no man's land is a correct way of fighting, but yeah, I don't know.
I think about it so much of like sports as well, like especially because my niece is playing soccer now, and like she's gone to soccer practice before, and you kind of realize that all of this social rules that you've been teaching small children to like share, take your turn, don't hit, don't be aggressive. All of a sudden, you're putting them in a brand new setting, be like, ignore those rules. Get that ball.
Yes. Literally.
Yeah, be aggressive. And like it is really, yeah, it's really fascinating. But then like that's what's kind of right, like we get to do these what would be violent actions outside of the framework of a sport with particular rules and stuff. But even then there's barbaric ways to play the game, like that's why fouls and things like that exist. So it's, I don't know, it's very fascinating to think about, like, oh, we don't hurt people unless
Well, that's part of the like more anthropological structural view of why sports exist, right? Is that we're funneling our anxiety and interest in violence into something that's non-lethal.
yeah,
And it's still competitive and is still like fun and interesting and attention-grabbing, but is not going to kill dozens of people, hundreds of people.
yeah,
Which I think is super interesting, just as a wide-ranging structural argument. Is that,
yeah.
like the
Oh,
Olympics, right?
Are you two talking about structuralism? What's going on?
I'm sorry, Colin.
Yeah, we are. We're bringing something new and different to a Let's Play, okay?
No, we can just go straight to the Olympics. Let's just go straight to the Olympics.
Well,
skip my anthropological.
No. Okay,
tirade.
Olympics, yes, but like, Lige, I'm pretty sure we were in the same class where Glenn put forth, like, it wasn't his idea, but I know he's talked about the scholarship of the idea of like early Greek warfare is really just like two city-states getting their most brutish guys together, and they just have a big pushing contest.
Yeah.
And whoever wins the pushing contest with minimal casualties gets to use the prime field for the season.
Yes.
And like that goes into the seasonality of warfare, that goes into like not the need to develop a professional army and things like that. And like arguably a lot of early warfare would not result in a lot of death, because guess what? When you engage in a lot of warfare, a lot of your fighters die. And hence why the Spartans had problems. That's why they had to change their citizenship of like who could actually be considered a Spartan citizen, because their citizens had to fight in the military and they kept dying.
Yeah. No, and it's like you don't want your fighting force to die. I feel like it's much like gladiators when you think about them as having like a really high death rate. But it's like they're valuable. You don't want them to die necessarily.
Yeah.
It's like they are maybe in danger of dying. But I remember, Glenn's lectures on like very early hoplite warfare.
Yeah.
Were very much like, we probably aren't seeing huge casualties. Like it's
which makes a lot of sense, because
it makes a huge amount of sense. Yeah, you don't
the same
want
population that
casualties.
has to farm also has to fight in the military. So like
Yeah.
you decimate your military, you decimate your
Farmers.
Yeah. And again, that's why the Spartans were kind of the first ones to like specialize a military force, because slavery.
Because they could, enslave an entire population
The rocks are
to
almost
do
clear.
all of the
There are
agricultural
two
work for
paths
them.
ahead.
Yep.
I suggest we take the more direct one.
All right.
Swarming with Tribali, no doubt. Take the longer route, the safer.
All right. What
Oh,
do we think,
okay.
people?
Decision time.
The
come
long
on,
safe
come
route
on.
or the
Well,
short
in his
direct path?
absence, we do have the
Come
Crown
on.
Prince. Alexander, what do you
Are we
say?
not taking the short direct path?
Is that because we don't want the stream to go too long?
I mean, that is a worthwhile consideration.
You do what you want, but
I'm
feel
here
like
for chaos. Let's hit it with some chaos.
Let's hit it with chaos.
And then I can make tortellinis for dinner.
Hell yeah.
All right. I'm just train up a few more dudes, and all right. So we're thinking Cletus's route. Or Cletus's
Yes,
route, I
it's
should say.
because Parmenian's like, go long and safe. Alexander refuses.
Like a dork.
Yeah. Nerd.
I mean, he is modeling himself off of Achilles and the wrath of Achilles, so like we know what Alexander would choose.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I feel bad sometimes because I feel like I hate on Alexander so much, and it's like I acknowledge he must have been a charismatic military leader, and he obviously made some good choices. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like he would not have been as successful if his father had not actually created this entire structure to like kind of corral his like less headstrong tendencies.
Yeah. I think he was very much right place, right time in addition to being charismatic and influential, which, you can't orchestrate. It's just right place, right time.
Yeah. And I think that's why when I learn about Alexander, why I get so frustrated is like, not only do you kind of, not only do you kind of disregard, yeah, chaos.
Right. Go around.
Not only do you disregard Philip, you also just kind of disregard of like all of these other generals that were supporting him that had years of experience having been under Philip first, that Alexander benefited from. And, again, at least listened to early on for the most part.
Sure.
Kind of get my butt kicked, guys.
No.
That's okay. No. I'm pulling through.
There you go.
Well,
We like the chaos.
Clytus and Parmenion helped out actually in a big way.
As they should.
Fine.
All right.
Demonstrating our point that Alexander...
My infantry is dead to the last man, but my cavalry is still in pretty good shape.
That sounds about right for Alexander, honestly.
Right.
But again, highlights my point. Alexander would not be Alexander without the actual support of the military his father
We got
built,
another
basically.
choice. Camp where supplies are plentiful or camp where it's safe?
I don't know. Are we pushing our luck?
Do we need supplies?
Oh, yes. We always need supplies.
And Colin, the economist.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Are you asking us, Colin?
Resource rich all the way.
Not some mound of dirt.
You better work fast. You better work fast.
I know, Jesus Christ. No, I think so much of just Alexander history is so interesting because of so many characters that were alive during the same time as him, that did work with him or against him. And I feel like I've heard multiple people, like historians, say that if you're gonna make like a Game of Thrones-esque like story or series, that like Alexander and his
the post-Alexander
followers or the post-Alexander is like incredible material. For,
I have flashbacks to the
like
studying for our graduate school history exam, and like the when you get to that part of history, like the Hellenistic and the post-Alexander world, it gets really convoluted really fast. And just keeping track of like who's who and who's changing sides and where
I argue
and who's
season one should start with the death of Alexander, declaring to the, and if it's the strongest, or to Kratos. Start there, because that's kind of where the movie both starts and ends there too. Actually, is that scene of like Alexander dying, making that declaration, and everyone's like, "What? What do you say?" I don't know. You kind of mumbled there at the end. Start there, and then have the entire first season be the heist of Alexander's body to Egypt.
Oh hell yes! Oh, I love that. That would be great.
Oh, that could be so fun.
It's such a fascinating historical time because there's no like one way to see everything. I feel like there's so many different perspectives that you could take retelling the story in a narrative style, and it could be, there's a lot of creative license that you could take that would also work really well within historical like accuracy bubble.
And I feel like the Hellenistic period is so underexplored, like even in academia. Like I'm lucky to get to Alexander himself in a Greek Civ course, right? And it's like I would love just an entire course on like, I got to take an entire course of ancient Macedonia up to Alexander the Great and his death. So Like I would have loved to have been in one that was Alexander dies. Now what?
What's next? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, similar with like on the Roman history side, when you get to just like late antiquity or like past the like a certain point, you're just like, oh, it's late antique now. Like we don't care as much. Or it's Hellenistic, we don't care as much. It's like, that's not, it's still cool.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I love about like the partial historians. How long have they been podcasting? And I still don't think they're to the Roman Empire yet. I think they're still in the Republic.
I know.
And it's like, as you should be if you are taking it seriously.
Yeah, taking it fucking seriously, absolutely.
Yeah. I remember sitting in a history department meeting, and the chair was like, we were planning courses and stuff, and the chair asked me if I could consolidate Greek and Roman Civ into a single quarter.
Oh my god.
And this person specialized in Tudor England, and I'm like, excuse me?
Ooh.
You want me to do how many centuries of complex history in a single semester? Mr. Tudor England?
Yeah, no. That's fucked up.
I don't know. I kind of hold it fondly in my heart now.
Sure. I feel that.
I want to know what my face looked like when he asked.
This might come as a shock, but the decision to settle in the resource-rich area is bringing a lot of heat.
Yeah.
No way. No way.
Kind of a lot of dudes I'm fighting.
Yeah, that figures. Fine. So my question is, where are they producing these men?
Oh, just from this building. You just grow them.
Just that one? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I have questions about that building now. I have
this 10,
pressing
that's where
questions.
I'm training my companion cavalry.
Oh yeah. 1 tent for the entire companion cavalry.
Yep.
That feels right.
Villagers, kill that guy.
Hit him with the stones.
It's not working. The villagers are getting kind of massacred.
Oh no. They sound chill though about it.
Oh yeah, they're real good about that.
Oh dear.
That was kind of disastrous for me.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm down to 10 villagers I started with 25.
Excellent.
We're making rash decisions here. That feels about right.
I can just grow more.
You can just grow more. We only see priestess women present. That makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have questions. Well, you don't see it here, but in the base game, the villagers are usually the alternate. Oh no, they're women too. So they're 50-50 usually.
Okay.
They have 2 models for.
I appreciate that.
There's 2 models for the villagers. Yeah, half. There's a 50% chance it will be male or female.
Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to think of in the movie. I guess in the movie, like, I mean, part of why Alexander's able to go on his campaign for as long as he does is like he is very much incorporating infrastructures that already exist into
he's not
helping.
Like growing whole ass humans though.
No, he's a Well, he's not, but he's procreating too at the same time. Not for his army, but still. I mean, that's something he encourages too? Is like he encourages his men to like marry local women and everything, right? And they kind of, that's one of the things they buck against because a lot of them are already married and have wives back home in Macedon. I guess, yeah, they don't mind taking them as mistresses because like that's what you do and all of that. But you don't marry them. You don't legitimize the second bastard family. How dare you, Alexander? But I mean, that was smart, and like that, you know, I think that's what's missing here is like, I like Civ that they have the independent city-states that you can like befriend and take over. It's like, I feel like there should be a component of this here, and maybe there will be later. We're still very early into the overall campaign.
Yeah, Philip's still alive. We haven't even we've barely
Philip has not gone to
begun.
the Red Wedding. OG.
Oh,
To be fair, he's the only one who dies at the wedding. Yeah.
Take the less obvious route, the less
No, I guess the one who actually stabbed him, I think, was killed on scene too.
another decision point: open ground or narrow path.
I mean, if I learned nothing from 300, if I am the, I don't know, what are we trying? Are we the attacking or are we defending?
I don't know. We're moving, so we're probably gonna get attacked, which makes me want to say open.
Open?
I've also been
Yeah.
that way. I'm 3 for 3 with Clytus.
There you go.
Let's do it.
We head through the valley.
We head through the valley.
I've been siding with him this entire time.
Huh?
I feel like I liked Cletus better than Parmenion, but I don't know why.
On your feet, everyone. We're moving.
Catch that guy. This is almost
him.
certainly a trap.
Oh, so fun thing, you guys. I was outside my house the other day, and one of my neighbors came up and said, "Oh,
Come this far.
I really like your podcast." And I'm like, "Oh." It's like, "Oh yeah, your brother told me about it, and that's why." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks." And then we stood there and stared at each other, not knowing where to take the interaction.
Really funny.
So thank you. I did appreciate it. I also just didn't know how to react to it.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, like that's only mostly happened out in the wild when we're at conferences and like in
Yeah.
our very
Yeah.
niche circle of people who like the same thing.
Correct.
Speaking of conferences, are you guys going to any next year?
Not that I have on the docket, but there is one I actually do want to apply to, but the abstract isn't due until sometime in December. But I gotta not forget about it. But I don't send in the abstracts. I don't think I'm gonna go to the SCS this year. That's the Society of Classical Studies.
Yeah.
For you normies
Yeah.
out there.
And AIA, they're partnered.
Yeah.
So
I know that we have a presentation in AIA that Adam submitted, and I'm not like required to be there, but
it's
fun.
because isn't it like
It's in
San
Francisco?
Francisco? It's gonna be so
fucking
expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know about that. But I also have something at the AABA's, the American Association of Biological Anthropologists. Actually, I don't know if that one is confirmed yet,
How
but
much further,
there'll be
Clytus?
something there, and that is
The
in
wounded
March
outweigh
in
the
Colorado,
heat.
which is more
If the
feasible.
scouts are right,
Yeah,
Still
especially where you're
expensive,
at.
but, like,
Yeah.
From where I'm at, is
Jamali
much
camp
more feasible
blocking the
just to
exit.
get to.
I shall clear the
Maybe
way.
not
moving
quite
my
as
camera.
expensive.
It is what my father would do.
I got invited to submit something for Chaos at a conference in Ireland,
Oh,
and I really wanted to do it. Yeah,
Do it.
but it, like I don't know if I could afford it, and they require you like if you submit, they require you to be in person. I'm like, I want to, but I don't know what that's gonna look like.
When is the conference?
I think that was July. It was gonna be in
Okay.
July,
I mean,
but well, the other thing is like for anyone who's listening this far into the stream, we are talking about trying to put a live show together, possibly in Toronto with Liv and Michaela of Let's Talk About Myths, Baby, which would be very fun and probably would be separate from our what do we call it? Our reception battle episode on it. So I would also think that would be really fun is setting up a live show in Toronto to do.
Yeah.
Since Colin didn't come to the live show last year.
nope. That's my failing.
Mm.
But
I think
off
were
mic,
you in Greece again?
I was. But I was gonna say off mic. I don't know. I might be able.
You're not off mic.
Well, no.
Oh, I bet-
but like after
Oh,
the
that's
stream, we could maybe talk about
That's
Ireland.
I already turned it down, so thank you though. I appreciate it. The cool thing is, the cool thing with that is it is something that they're working to make into an edited volume. And I told him, it's like, hey, if you go forward on the edited volume, I'm still very interested in doing that. And so, like, I can still be involved in that way. So,
Good.
Nice.
yeah. And I have had a lot of fun talking about chaos a lot. So, like, that would be a fun reception. And I think Ames also just posted something in their newsletter that there's going to be a different international conference that has to do with Ancient World reception. And I think the abstracts for that are due in December. So if anyone wants to do that, check out the Ames newsletter as well. Colin, you're doing wonderfully as far as I can
Thank
tell.
you.
We're not dead.
Yeah, I know. Things are just moving.
Yeah, so we're, I mean, yeah, it's a little, apoplectic, or frenetic is maybe the word I'm looking for.
Frenetic
But I'm
is
just
great.
trying to get my camp set up. I should probably, god damn it. See, these assholes just keep raiding me, but what I'm trying to do
wonder
is gather
why.
supplies, grow humans in a tent.
Again, wondering about the mechanics here, but I do understand all the companions coming from a tent. You're like, yes, this is how we team build.
It's very like Full Metal Alchemist, where if I can just gather enough raw materials, I can just create a human being out of some combination of gold and wood.
Okay. My question that I still don't fully understand about Full Metal Alchemist, I am so sorry, Lige. How does a homunculus come into being from the result of an attempt of actually recreating a human? Because it feels like in the end you have successfully made a anthropomorphic being, if not a full human.
Are you asking if homunculi are humans?
Yeah, that's the question.
Not that so much as like, because okay, so we see Lige, have you seen Full Metal at all?
Yes. I was like,
oh, good. Okay,
yes,
so we see their attempt to remake their mother. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, not Brotherhood, but in the original series, there is a homunculus with the same appearance as their mother.
Yes, Sloth, right?
I think so. How? Where did she come from?
It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
I know, yeah, it's a huge throwback because I don't think she's present in Brotherhood at all.
No, she's not a thing at all.
No.
And the way, is it Wrath? Or no, not Wrath.
Is it
Envy. There's another one that's like on the island, and he is also like he has Edward's arm, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, because in Brotherhood, his arm is like kept by the being in the white space that his brother's full body is.
I hope people are coming into this video at this point.
Yeah, right. I
guys.
thought all of the. Whoa, what's happening?
No, my villagers were trying to hunt a deer over here, but it brought them in range.
And they alerted.
Great.
Yeah.
They alerted the enemy to your presence, which was poor decision making.
Homunculi were just the 7 deadly sins, so they were created. So it's a created human, so it's therefore not human.
Yeah, and I don't know if this, I guess not in Brotherhood, but in the other series, I think it's implicated in Brotherhood as well. It's like the homunculi are the result of other attempts to make a real human.
Yes.
I haven't
Right?
seen any Brotherhood. I don't know. Christy brought it
How
up.
do you make human beings out of raw materials?
Oh, right. They're right. This was my bad. I did invoke Full Metal.
You did. And so, like, I don't feel like in either series they showed like, okay, you tried to make the real person here in the house that you burned down, but the homunculi that looks like the being you tried to recreate but isn't actually a human somehow appeared somewhere else. How and why?
Plot.
Alchemy magic.
Yeah.
Plot.
That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
Somewhere experimentation is going horribly wrong.
Yes, out of this tent, soldiers shall come. It's fine.
What are those priestesses up to? Who knows? They can heal bodies, they can make bodies. Why not?
Apparently, right?
They can also just convince people to change sides.
There you go.
I mean, that makes more sense though. It's like I've lived near the LDS church enough to like understand that concept.
Good old conversion.
Where's your caravan at? I see. Oh, okay. I see a couple of them chilling.
Yeah, so
they're just
still
hanging.
4 for 4 on the carts I need to protect, so that's
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got 5, 5, and 5. Oh, I see. Hunt that goat.
Get that goat.
Yeah. These guys are just chopping up goat. Mouflon.
Eat him. Oh, Lige, guess what I get to do on Saturday?
What do you get to do on Saturday?
I get to go to the Alamo for K-pop Demon Hunter sing-along with my niece for her birthday, and Andy's coming.
Nice.
Cute.
Yeah,
This is very
I'm so excited.
I'm already starting to make plans about when Predator Badlands comes out.
Frankenstein is out at the Alamo right now too, but I think it's like maybe it's like I could go Thursday night, but like it'd be a 10 p.m. showing. I'm like,
yeah, that's another one. I'm really curious about Frankenstein because it's gone through like there was like I think it was at TIFF, and TIFF liked it at the Toronto International Film Festival, but the reviewers that have seen it after have kind of cooled on it, so it seems to be all over the place.
It seems to be one of those slow. Again, it is a Spanish director, and we know Christy likes herself a nice foreign film that takes its time on things. Apparently, I did not know this about myself. I'm learning.
No, I think I have to wait for November 7th when it's out on Netflix.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's not going to be anywhere here.
Yep.
I should probably be training infantry. I've been only doing cavalry, but I need to bust down this fort, which means horses are not as good.
Yeah, horses don't do well with walls. But goats.
Why don't you want to harvest that goat, dude? What's your deal?
It's a demonic goat. I don't know.
Black Phillip.
Yeah, the priestess thing is still getting to me more than anything.
Just don't think about it.
I can't. That's not what I'm here for, Colin.
It also takes like once I click this button, it grows a whole guy in like 3 seconds. I think
Great,
presumably
excellent.
what the actual logic of the game is hiring these people, but
Yeah.
Sure.
One would presume. Like, I could see for like coming out of the building, like that's the training grounds. But it's
Yeah,
like, but
this
I
is
don't
the
see anyone
barracks.
go into the building.
no, they're just there and they just come out.
Yeah. Which, how does one recruit people in the ancient world for the military service?
Well, money was part of it. If you're doing a mercenary band, you could always pay people.
That is true. And I know a lot of games actually have like
Yeah.
a mercenary option.
Yeah, like in the Total
too.
Wars franchise, they like you kind of you recruit them in cities, and there are like caveats about like if the population of the region you're recruiting from can like put limits on how many guys you can recruit, things like that.
And I think, like, historically, it's something that people don't, like, want to admit to sometimes, at least for, like, early modern historians. They, like, didn't want to say, yeah, they paid people to fight in this war, because it seems immoral or disingenuous or something, but it seemed to be a decently normalized practice in the ancient world. Probably happened more than we think it did.
Yeah, because again, it's like if you deplete your own designated fighting force, then you have to come up with other ways of having a military force, and in some cases that's like changing who gets to be a citizen and therefore qualifies to be in the military service. I imagine that would be a big initial change that happens a lot, is like who actually qualifies for military service.
I think it's more about money, though. It's more about what
Yeah.
you can afford and what the state is willing to provide you with.
Yeah.
Less than about, like, I don't know, are you a farmer? Do you know how to swing a sword? Like, because they don't particularly care. There's like, here's a sword, go on.
How would you like to see the world?
Yeah, exactly.
How would you like to follow a man and his magnificent horse?
I'm down.
Well, I mean, coming back to like HBO's Realm, it's something that I really like about it is the whole Titus and Pillow arc is they're kind of dragged along in so many different ways with the military, or are abandoned by the military because they've been ousted, or, you know, they're really entangled in this politicized military force in so many different ways that works really well narratively and historically.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, and I think you're right about the money thing, because the other problem that Sparta eventually ran into was that in order to qualify the military, you also had to own land. And Sparta was really interesting because women could inherit land. And if all of your male relatives are dying and all of the land is being left to the women, it eventually became like the Spartan kings had to go to their mothers, basically, to ask for the required resources to like launch a military campaign. Yeah. And yeah, and that kind of goes into as well as, you know, what resources, I think that's interesting too, is like what resources were people expected to bring in for the military. So like we talked about in Athens, you were expected to provide your own equipment. And I think that eventually becomes a big shift, is like, what does the state provide you to come into the fight? And like, I think that's when you see a real shift to professional armies and militaries. Is not what can you bring to the army, but what can the army bring to you?
Yeah.
How's the infantry coming, Colin?
They're coming. My army's coming along. So this is my population cap. So I'm gonna aim to try and get the biggest army I possibly can, and go from there.
All right, and hit them hard.
Yeah, that's the plan. How many guys? I have 11 archers.
No Leroy Jenkins move here?
No, not yet. How many? I've got 19 phalangites. What am I low on? Gold.
Which is where we get phalanges from.
Yeesh.
Alright, I'm gonna actually make a bathroom break. I'm sorry that none of my other...
Oh, good. I probably need like a couple more minutes before I'm at sort of effective fighting force.
BRB.
Cool. Colin, how is Scream coming?
I started editing it last night. I'm gonna try. I still need to like lesson prep for tomorrow.
Okay.
And then so it's probably all gonna happen. Like it's mostly gonna happen Thursday night, which I'm not looking forward to.
Okay.
But such is the bed that I've made, and thus I must lie in it.
I have done that many a time as well, so no judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was mostly curious because it was like since we had to restart the recording a few times, it's like I don't know how long it actually.
The audio seems to mostly be fine.
Okay.
I don't know actually that I put it all together. I can tell you. I think we went a more or less our like normal length, right? Like
normal
an
time.
Hour and a half, something like that. Maybe a little more.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been gravitating more towards an hour 40 minutes to 2 hours lately, which that's about fine.
20 more guys.
20 more. That should only take like 2 minutes.
Well, I'm gonna cheap out him, but so these units, these spearmen, are a little more cost effective. They're not as good, but
yeah, their spears are shorter, less effective.
I want to upgrade them a little bit too.
Fair enough. And I see that like Philip's forces are just kind of doddering
They're hanging
around.
out. The Thracians have eased off for the time being. I haven't had any attacks from them in a hot minute, which is nice.
Okay.
I
imagine this is probably gonna be like the final push. I would hope.
I think so. I got to get through this camp over here.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Probably could train. Actually, swordsman is probably the way to go.
We're thinking this through. Like Alexander's probably only.
He's got to be a teenager. I think he's like
Teenager,
16 when he gets his first command, and
that's what I was gonna say.
he's like 18 or 19, I want to say, when Philip dies.
Yeah, he's very young.
Well, let me see in his unit, like his unit card right now, right? I mean, I think this is like child Alexander. I wonder if we're gonna get adult Alexander. All right,
That's true.
almost there.
Because I mean, obviously, because he spent a lot of time in the Persian Empire, so it's possible to get accurate portraiture of him.
Yeah, he dies when, I mean, he's in his early 30s, I think, when he
30s,
dies. 31,
yeah.
32, something like that.
I always mix it up with 36 because, like, 336 is when he dies or something like that, right?
323, and I want to say he's 32 years old. Ooh,
all right.
My infantry army's ready. Look at him go. Look at him
Go.
choppers. Get in
Boys,
there.
boys, stay in formation.
Stay in formation, boys. Alright, knock down that gate. Don't mind the arrows.
Okay. Yep, died 323. So he was 30, probably 32. 32,
There we
30.
go.
Wait.
Alright. We're through.
32, 33.
The blood
Wow, overkill. Colin.
When I play this game, you also notice I tend to build up. I am a slow and steady train when I play these kinds of games.
That.
I only go in when I have overwhelming force.
Colin is like, Colin's making decisions as if he's being rash, but really.
He can back up all of it.
Yeah. No chances shall be taken.
No, that's not how I play things.
No.
Get in there, guys.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right.
All right.
First step. Let's take out their military buildings so they can't grow any more humans.
Yes. No more growing.
This is where a nuclear bomb comes in real handy.
Yeah, it'd be really nice if I had. So normally you can build siege units like battering rams and catapults and
Yeah.
things like that.
That's not till Tyre. We don't get that till Tyre
yet, but I will get there eventually. So right now I just got to do it sort of the old-fashioned way by whacking buildings.
Poking it with a stick.
Yeah, poking it with a stick until they catch on fire.
Love it. Natural. Yes. Normal. Super.
See, like the archers would make sense if they started doing flame arrows. Like, come
eventually
on.
you can research flaming arrows, and that does give
Nice.
like a little bit of an edge on that front. All right, so now they're retreating to their town center. So one of the basic mechanics of the game is villagers can
Take the town
garrison in
center.
the town center, and then it will start shooting arrows outside.
Right, and then, but like once you take the town center, that basically
Yeah, you'll
ends
see.
the
So
settlement,
they're all
right?
gonna run out, and then now they don't know. So now I can slaughter their villagers.
Slaughter.
Oh, and there are some women. You just murdered a bunch of, or they're all wearing skirts, and it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Both
The villagers are like 50-50.
Okay. No, I thought there was like a couple that the design. Hey, we did it!
Nice.
Look at that again. My military.
Look at you.
A little bit over. Actually, the Tripoli.
I feel like you're milking it here at the end a little.
Yeah. Look at that. Society.
It was a decisive victory at the end, though, so I'll give you that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, seemed like you were doing pretty well.
There we go. Oh, here we go, Christy. Here's
Herodia! There we go. This one is it's bad, y'all. It's
I think we will have to save this for next time, though.
We will, yeah. So, yeah, if you are watching, listening, and you want to see more of this gameplay, let us know in comments, and let us know about your background knowledge of Alexander the Great. Did you learn anything new listening to us just hang out and watch Colin play overly cautious, apparently?
I'll try to be more aggressive next time.
Yeah, and we'll try and make this at least a monthly thing, maybe a bi-monthly thing. We'll see how our schedules allow, but I had fun.
Cool. Yeah, this is cool.
All right, so Colin, hit your end credit scene.
Here it comes.
On OBS. Mm-hmm.